Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Man vs Film, and this is going to be a review for Harlequin, recently released by 88 Films. It is a movie from 1980 that stars Robert Powell and David Hemmings, and this is a movie that I knew not a lot about. I read a little bit about it, I checked out the trailer, I knew it was an Ozploitation movie, and that was it. But the trailer gave me enough of a taste of a story that made me really curious about this. So we have Powell, who plays Wolf, and we have Hemmings, who plays Senator Rast, a man who is on the up in the political game in Australia, where the movie's set, and he's starting to rise through the ranks. He's doing really well, but at the same time, his personal life leaves a lot to be desired. He has a relationship with his wife that's starting to become a little bit frayed, and his son has leukemia and isn't doing too well, and he is never really there for his family to be there, to be the strong leader. And at the start of the movie, we get this character that wanders in, this Wolf. This is a man who just breezes into this, practically a compound where Pap stays, and just starts to integrate himself into their family life. At first, he cures their son of leukemia by just simple touch, then vanishes for a few weeks, comes back and starts to become part of the family, almost staying there, coaching the boy, spending time with them, doing strange and unusual things around the rest of the family, starting to entice them, to tease them with his wily ways. This is a character that you don't feel wary of, but his actions, his comfortability as he eases into this situation, adapts to whatever he needs to do, and becomes the person that the other person needs, is captivating to watch. And we have this political story of the man on the rise, a politician who has mysteriously died, who he is going to take his place almost. And it's a really clever, really interesting, edge-of-the-seat kind of thriller, because you're never really sure if Gregory Wolf is the bad guy or the good guy, and you're never too sure whether Pabst is really a bad guy or a good guy either. In fact, the movie paints it out to be more of a duality between these characters who are neither right nor wrong, but have a pathway to go. And the movie's all about the pathway that this person chooses. Now, the character of Gregory Wolf is fantastically portrayed by Robert Powell, with this sort of Shakespearean dialogue that he has, that he's able to spout these lines and make them more unique and twisted and fantastical than probably they were on the script page. And he becomes a really endearing character, someone that is both mystical and possibly a fraud at the same time, which is another fantastic aspect of this movie. It never paints him out to be wholly a mystical person that can do the strange and unusual, or a fraud, somebody that is using cheap parlour tricks to mystify everybody. At moments he does simple tricks that have very plausible explanations, and in the next moment he does something that is completely out of the blue, that there is no rationale as to why it happened. And it's very fun. I love movies like this that don't give you a definite answer but have a more playful tone and kind of set things up for you to take away what you want with it, and Harlequin certainly does that. It's a movie that I probably would never have discovered if it hadn't been put out on Blu-ray by 88 Films. It's a movie that I adored. I was drawn into it. It's a quick 95 minutes, I think it is. It just breezes by, and it always has you thinking. It always has you wondering, and it's always marvellous at the things that you see happening on screen. Now, there is some fantastic production values in this as well. I'm thinking mostly of Powell's costumes, because the outfits are just colourful, wacky, eccentric, out there, and himself, he never really acknowledges them or revels in them. It's just his attire for that day, be however garish or grotesque or unique that it may be. The characters all moving out in this world are all interesting as well, but it's mainly between these two characters, and it is fascinating. I would love to tell you more, but I don't want to spoil it for you. What I can say is Harlequin is a very good movie. Really good movie. I really did love it. This is one that I can't wait to go back to again. I think this is a marvellous movie. One of the best blind buys that I've bought in a long while. No movie never heard of. Throw on and you just love the heck out of it. And for that alone, for the movie experience, I can say pick this thing up. It is a worthwhile addition to any Blu-ray collection. But, and there is always a but, There is more extras on this disc than just the movie. Of course, the first print run comes with a slip cover, an O-ring, and it comes with a booklet as well. This one has a little bit more information than the regular 88 Films booklets. One of the things I like about their booklets are they don't draw it out. It's a nice little essay, a couple of pictures, and it's just to the point, informative, and a nice addition to the package. Slip cover's pretty cool, but it is the same as the cover inside. Now this has a reversible cover, which I haven't turned around at the moment, which I probably will, because I think that artwork is truly fantastic. If I can add a picture somewhere up here, maybe there'll be one, and if there isn't one there, I've been too lazy to add it after the fact. As for extras, it has Destruction from Down Under, an Ozploitation retrospective by Kim Newman. And I've said before in these things, I think the guy is fantastic. I love the insight that he brings, and I could just listen to him talk for hours on these movies. This is about 15.5 minutes, and again, it's totally worthwhile. One of the ones that I jumped into first to check out. There's an archival Australian interview with David Hemmings and Robert Powell, which is just under 6 minutes in length, and it's worth seeing just for the cringe factor of the woman who's interviewing them. The little blurb before it jumps to her interview is just hilarious. I won't tell you what it is, but man, just the fact I've included that is just awesome to see. There is an audio commentary with the director and the producer. I've not had a chance to listen to this yet, but I probably will go back to it. But I'll watch the movie another once or twice before I go into that, because I feel as if there's more in the movie that I want to get before the commentary kind of tells me things that I don't really want to be told, I suppose. Yeah, I want to make my mind up in certain scenes first. And the big one for this release is there's a 50-minute documentary where they talk to the writer, the producer, the director, and one of the actors, not one of the main two, but another actor who was there, just basically about their experiences on the set. And they all have these really interesting, candid stories about the actors, and they don't kind of shy away from anything. They're just like, yeah, he was an alcoholic, but he managed to cope with it and do other things, but yeah, he was always drunk. There was once a time where this happened, and it's always the really fun, inventive anecdotes that go with the movie. And it's just, these are the kind of extras that I just revel in, these expanded ones that aren't just expanded for the sake of it, but are actually there to enrich the content on the disc. And to round it off, we have the theatrical trailer, which is always usually an addition on these kind of things. But all in, I think Harlequin is a fantastic addition to the Vault series. It could possibly be my favourite out of the 9 releases so far. Yep, yeah, you know what, just thinking about it, I think it is probably my favourite. I did enjoy One Dark Night, but this beats it hands down. Harlequin, if you haven't heard of it, check out the trailer on YouTube. I highly suggest picking it up. It's on the first print run just now, so if you get it, you'll get the slip and the booklet is with it as well. It's $9.99 on Amazon if you go on there. There'll be a link below where you can click to it. You click that link, I'll get a few pennies maybe at some point down the line. I'd appreciate it. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.